Hello, biology students, and welcome to another episode of FOM's Face Place. Today's video is April 14th, 2020, or day 12. Today's video is going to focus on this idea called a niche or a niche. I don't care which way you call it. It's just an idea that every organism has not only a habitat, a place where it lives, but also a role it plays. A role being ROLE, not role, but your role, like every person in a play has a role. Every organism in an ecosystem plays a role or a niche or niche, don't care which way you call it. But it's essentially what that organism does in the environment. So, for example, rabbits, they are eaters of grass and berries and seeds. They are herbivores. That could be a role that it plays, but it's also prey for other organisms. So that is another role that it plays. So a role or a niche, whatever, it doesn't really have a very specific requirement of you're only one thing or you only do one thing. Your niche can be a number of different things depending upon what organism you are looking at in relation to it. But you can look at what the niche for an organism is as being how it meets its food needs, how it meets its shelter needs, or how it meets its reproductive needs. For example, there is a fungus called the cordyceps fungus that lives in uh, crap, got congested there. Lives in tropical rainforests, and what this fungus does, it lays spores out in the world, and then it can infect like for example, an ant or other insect, and then it will essentially burrow itself. It will make its way to the brain of that organism. It will cause the insect to do weird, strange things. For example, this ant was compelled for some reason to climb up a large stalk of grass where it could then just die and then the fungus could grow out of its head. And eventually that fungus would release spores, which would spread out into the air. And for hopefully the fungi's sake, it will infect other organisms and then it will go through this life cycle. For the fungus, its role is to be a parasite, which we'll talk about in a later video. So that is it for today. I hope you learned something interesting, and I hope that picture haunts your dreams for the rest of your life. Until then, make sure you do the assignment on the Google Doc and turn it in at the end of the week. Talk to you later.